And welcome back, and it is the Further Maths 5-a-day for the 26th of March, and let's just go straight to the first question. Right, PQR is a straight line, okay? PQPR is 3 to 8. Right, straight away. This is worded differently to how it normally is. It's telling you from here to here is 8 parts. In other words, the whole thing's 8 parts. And from here to here is, well, it's going to be 3/8 of that, isn't it? So in other words, I can take 3/8 of that to get this number here. And that's how I'm going to do this question, is I'm going to note that PQ, so PQ is equal to 3/8 of PR. Actually, I don't need the brackets to it. 3/8 of PR. So the thing I need to be able to do is work out PR. So it's going to be 3/8 of, well, to get from P to R, I'll go from -6 to 26, which is plus 32. And to get from the Y value is 11 to -5, well, that's going to be -16. Now, I do notice both these numbers divide by 8, so I feel a little bit better that I've got some nice numbers here. So 3/8 of 32, 32 divided by 8 is 4 times 3 is 12. And -16 divided by 8 is -2 times 3 is -6. Now be careful. That's the vector to get from P to Q. But I want the coordinate of Q. So that wants the coordinate here, not just the vector itself. So what I need to do here is take my P coordinate, which is -6, 11. And I need to add on, by the way, this is quite bad maths. You should really write it in vector form or coordinate form. But for GCSE, it's fine. Plus 12 minus 6. At A level, you'll learn how to do it slightly better. You'll do position vectors, and it's just a bit neater. -6 plus 12 is going to give me 6. And 11 minus 6 is 5, which means my Q value, or my Q coordinate, is going to be 6, 5. Question done. Nice, well phrased, easy to mess up question. Good question. Next question. Okay, so we have a circle question. And I'm pausing because I'm not sure how to do this. Yes, I've just worked it out. Okay. What was confusing me is it said write down the equation of the tangent. And write down is normally maths code for, you should just be able to do this without much maths. And normally you have to do the greater the radius, greater the tangent, and do the difference. Of course, what it wants is any equation of any tangent to this circle. So if I draw a diagram, it will make a bit more sense. So the first thing I'm going to note is this circle has a centre -7, 5. And this circle has a radius of 2. So if I draw a quick sketch, it's probably slightly easier to see what I mean. So -7, again, don't worry if I'm being super precise here. So -7's here, and actually I need it to be the way, don't I? So I'm going to draw it down here. So -7 is here and 5's here, which means there's my centre. Now, because the radius is 2, this circle, which again doesn't matter if it's super accurate, my circle never touches the axis. The tangents that I know straight away are going to be the tangents that are horizontal and vertical. And how am I going to know those? Well, the way I'm going to know those tangents is these are the tangents that meet, let's draw this one in, meet my centre at horizontal and vertical lines at 90 degrees. In other words, what I'm going to do, so let's take this one here. So this one here, well, if my centre is 5, I'm going to add 2, which means that this is the line y equals 7. This one here, I'm going to take away 2, so this is going to be y equals 3. This one here, I'm going to take my x value of -7 and add 2, so x equals -5. I'm going to take my y value, my x value of -7, take away another 2, so that's equal to x equals -9. Clever question. I had to think about that one for a second, but actually fell out relatively easily, didn't it? Next question. The transformation matrix gives me a matrix, maps the point this onto that. Now, we did have one of these a couple of days ago. We've had a couple of questions like this over the last few days. Good knowledge question. So let's write it out. So AB minus A2B. And if I multiply it by 2 minus 4, I am going to get 10, 40. Now, I think I'm going to get two simultaneous equations, but let's just give it a go anyway. Top row and column. So that's going to be 2a minus 4b is equal to 10. Second row times column is going to give me minus 2a. Minus 4 times 2 is minus 8b, and that's going to give me 40. Two equations, two unknowns. Thankfully, the a's cancel, so I'm just going to add these equations together. So 2a minus 2a goes away. Minus 4 plus minus 8 is minus 4 minus 8, which is minus 12b. I'm hoping it's going to be a nice number, but it's not going to be, is it? Okay, let's continue. And 10 plus 40 is 50, Not nice at all. So therefore B is going to be, well, it's going to be minus 50 over 12, which is minus 25 over 6. Okay, let's go with that. Let's just carry on anyway. By the way, quick aside, I will check this one before I put it up. So if you're watching this now, I've checked it, it's okay. But right now, I was kind of hoping for some slightly nicer numbers, but let's carry on anyway. What do I have? So equation 1 tells me that 2a minus 4b, where b is minus 25 over 6, there might be a calculator time in a minute, is equal to 10. So that was using this first equation here, which means that 2a is equal to 10. Minus and minus make a plus, which makes it a minus again, so minus 100 over 6, which is equal to, now I'm going to get my calculator out so I don't do this badly, so it's going to be 10 minus 100 over 6, which is minus 20 over 3, which means that A, this was really quite messy, so A is minus, dividing by 2, which is minus 10 over 3. So let's be really clear. So my answers that I'm going to present are minus 10 over 3 and minus 25 over 6. And if you are watching this video, I will have checked this and those will be the correct answers. Next question. Right, what do we have? So y equals, given an equation, work out the value of d2y dx squared. In other words, can you differentiate twice and put the value of minus 1 in? So let's do that. So if I differentiate once, so dy dx, I'm going to bring down the 9. 9 divided by 3 is 3, and 3 times 2 is 6. So that's going to be 6x to the 8. With some big numbers here. Minus, well, bring down the 4, so 4 divided by 2 is 2, so 2x cubed. And then I'm going to differentiate this again, so d2y dx squared is going to be, well, 6 times 8 is 48, x to the 7 minus 2x, so not 2 because I'm bringing down the 3, minus 6x squared. And after all that, I need to put the value of minus 1 in, so let's do this carefully. So at x equals minus 1, d2y dx squared is equal to, well, minus 1 to the power of 7 is still minus 1, so that's going to be minus 48. And minus 1 squared is 1, so that's minus 6, which means my final answer is minus 54. And that's it, question done. Some nice questions today. Again, questions still sort of mix themselves up a little bit. That second question, you probably noticed I had to think about that one for a couple of seconds. That first question, really good sort of play on a typical ratio question. That third one, as I've said several times now, if you're watching it, I will have checked it, but it didn't feel that comfortable at the time. And the final question, nice straightforward bit of differentiation with being careful with your squares and your roots. Either way, let me know how you did. Do like, subscribe. See you tomorrow. Thanks all.